I just really like smooth jazz. It's like controlled chaos, you know? It's good. It's good. So, welcome back to another episode of YCF. My name is Blake, and we are the foundation of your content creation. So, thank you wherever you are tuning into, whether it be, somewhere, wherever you are. I always do that. I always describe where you could be when you're listening to this. How about you guys tell me where you listen to this? If it's in the comments, just let me know. Yeah, today's a good day. It's Tuesday, the week after Thanksgiving. So welcome. I hope everyone had a good turkey day. I hope you indulged in gluttony. That's what the whole holiday is really about, being thankful for the opportunity to be gluttonous. I know I had some cocktails with Mal, had a beautiful cigar. Oh my gosh, can I talk about that for a second? There's this cigar by Monte Cristo. It's got a blue and gold label, but it's Monte Cristo Epic. I think number 6. That had a number on it. But man, Mal got me that for my birthday a month ago. I put it in the humidor for a while and had it on Thanksgiving. So beginning of October, I got that cigar, and then it blew my mind. So after a good hearty meal, just smoked that by myself in my own thoughts. Amazing. One of life's true pleasures is smoking a cigar on your own, just by yourself, just letting your thoughts expand on that neurostimulant that we call tobacco. Amazing stuff. But I hope everyone had a good holiday. I hope you are well. And 'tis the season, right? We got a couple holidays coming up back to back. They all just kind of get crammed on the back of the year. So, yeah, I had some thoughts I want to share today. And then we're going to dive into some tools that Blueform Media uses that are game changers. Excuse me. They're game changers and they're free. So we'll get into that in a second. So stay tuned. But some thoughts I've had recently is the American culture of working your motherfucking ass off all the time. I think it's one of the dumbest it's one of the biggest cons. I think it's the dumbest thing we could have ever done. It's a con. Yeah, I'm super grateful for the opportunities that we have in our country to go start and do your own business and provide value and create wealth and all that. It's good, but man, we just lose ourselves in the work that we do, and I don't think that's healthy. I think it's good to work towards something and gain, but a lot of people out there, if you're listening to this, you might find yourself in the wrong industry. You're in a job that you hate. You're just slaving away for what, right? For money. Money equals what? Time and freedom. Everybody says that, but if you're not free right now, what are you? You're just a slave. So you're a slave to something. But it's good. This holiday just reminded me, we had a couple days to ourselves, which is rare running a business. And so we took them. Shit on us all you want, millionaires. But we took some days off, and it was fucking amazing. It's needed. It's really important to recharge your batteries and smell the roses, because at any moment, you could be snuffed. Your light could go out. Accidents happen. Assassins are out there waiting for you. Snipers. I always close the blinds as soon as it gets dark. I'm like obsessed with closing our blinds really fast. And I'm always telling Mal, I'm like, the snipers, they'll get you. So anyway, life is short. Life is meant to be enjoyed. That's what we're here for. Life is already hard. It's a joke. And so why make it harder for yourself? I think progress, in order to make progress, you have to compare, you have to compete, you have to, with yourself at least, right? And sometimes if you want to corner a market, or if you're building a business to be successful, you have to do these things. But at what level and how much stress should you pour into it is the question. So I've just been thinking about that. Working hard all the time versus working smartly and consistently has kind of been on my mind. Am I doing everything I can? Probably not. But am I doing the things that matter? Absolutely. And am I doing them consistently? Yes. Some things I need to be better at. Some things I'm doing great. And so that's kind of my self-evaluation. And it just, I just stop and think. It was actually while I was smoking that cigar, I was thinking about this. Just the amount of expectations that we're meant. There's just this looming cloud of expectations over Americans. Just like, you have to be doing something productive all the time. No, man, slow down. Slow down. Get your bills paid. Get the money stacked. Do it. But then also play hard. I hate the work hard, play hard. I fucking hate that. Just work and play consistently. Like, avoid these peaks and valleys. Work hard, play hard. Like, what about rest? What about just doing nothing every now and then? Like, what about, like, stopping and thinking? What about reflection? Right? If you're working hard and you're playing hard, make sure you shave off a little bit of both of those so you can actually just be neutral. Just put that bitch in nooch it. Neutral. It's okay. It's okay to let off the gas and coast for a little bit, especially in a downhill, right? It saves your engine. But anyway, yeah, be a little bit more restful, I think, is what I'm getting at. It's we were long overdue for that, and we just been stressing about nothing, stressing about things we couldn't control, stressing about things that that aren't a priority, that don't necessarily make us money or that don't impact our bottom line. And we are kind of like, why are we doing this? So if you don't stop to reflect, if you're always working hard or you're always playing hard, like you can't, you got these peaks and valleys. That's how you get burnout, right? And when it comes to content creation, that's what you want to avoid. Slow drip, consistent content daily or weekly or whatever you're doing, whatever process that you've built or have to enable you guys to have content, to enable your brand to be posting. That's what's most important, right? If you're going to go sprint for 3 months and then you're going to get burnt out for 3 months and then you got to sprint again, some people do that. And like, I know guys in the sales world who do that. They're on fire for 3 months. Best in the business, top dogs, breaking records, leaderboards. And then they fucking disappear, fall off. And like, they're getting stoned and high every day and doing all this shit and getting sick. It's like, yeah, because you're working too hard. Right. So from my experience hanging around people that do that work hard and play hard, I get shit on a lot. People are like, you don't get it, Blake. You don't get it. You don't work hard enough. I'm like, dude, I will work more consistently than you over a longer period of time because I don't burn the gas tank every day, right? It's just slow and smooth. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? If you've ever heard that term, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That goes with everybody. If you're doing health gains, right? Like I've been doing carnivore diet for a year. I've done other diets more aggressively, quicker over a shorter period of time, and I saw results, but I got burnt out. My body wasn't handling it. When I did ketosis or the keto diet, it was miserable, but I did it for 3 months, lost a lot of weight, and then guess what happened over the next year? It wasn't sustainable. So find a process or something that you can do consistently and sustain over a long period of time. Sustainability is really what it is. Like, oh man, I could make this product and I could put up a website and I could sell this. Awesome, yeah. And you could do all this work to do a quick cash grab, which is cool, but can you sustain that over time? Is that market that you got? Like, you remember the fidget spinners that came out? Everyone's like, just milking everybody's autism out of their mouth. Like, everybody has a little bit of it. Like, there's something out there, like if you're scrolling through Instagram and someone's like cutting a bar of soap that looks all cool, or like the videos where they just like crush things with a hydraulic press. Everyone's like, yeah, that's like your own like little bit of the spectrum that's coming out of you. Like, that's what it is. I do it all the time. So stuff like that. There's things that are like intriguing to the mind. And a fidget spinner or like these little fidget toys. Fidget spinners were huge. And I remember being like, dude, someone came into me and was like, I'm going to buy like all these fidget spinners and we're going to be rich. And if someone was able to turn a profit quick, awesome. It's like a day trader. Like they're not there for the longevity of a stock. They're not going to hold long. Maybe they have a couple stocks that they hold long, but they're selling quick. It's buy, sell, profit, buy, sell, profit, super quick turnover. And is that sustainable for them? Yeah, because they have a process around that. So if you have a process around finding these trends and then selling a hot item like a fidget spinner or like a pogo stick, or like maybe back in the day it was like the new and improved yo-yo, and some kid with his pants up to his nipples is like, yo-yo. Someone probably jumped on that and were like, we're going to be millionaires. But it's not a sustainable, it's a fad, right? And so if you look at your social media process, your content creation process, is it a fad? Does it come in waves? Like what's your level of burnout? What's your level of involvement? So if you want to start a podcast, right? Because Blueform Media, our bread and butter is podcast, reduced down into social media content. So we take long form content, turn it into medium and short form content. So 60 minutes of footage will get you, 2 YouTube segments that are 10 to 12 minutes plus a variety of vertical videos, right? Usually 10 bangers and some extra maybe. So 10 good social media clips out of a 60-minute episode. So that's kind of what we do. That's our factory. That's the content factory that we've created, is long form, convert it into medium, and short form, and then distribute it. So we're going to be making some changes to that factory line soon. So we'll inform our clients about that. But on a podcast is probably not the place to do it. But yeah, regarding that factory process, like if we zoomed in on Joe Rogan, or if we zoomed in on anybody that's running a podcast, like Patrick Bet-David, people that have awesome productions, like Brad Lee, who's really good and consistent with content. What are their processes, right? I'd love to have these people on and interview them about their teams and processes. And if it's not them, give me their producer and let's talk to them about it. How are you guys doing this? What's the schedule look like? So what we've done is created, I think the podcast is the perfect example, because you get 60 minutes of footage in there, and then that sets you up for an entire week or more, especially if you have a team around you that's distributing that and spreading it out. So a massive dump of content that just enables time. And so our clients, they come in and do this. They mic up, discuss something they're passionate about, a niche, or they host a guest or whatever, and that's it. They're done. And so the sustainability of that is huge if, of course, the finances line up and they can afford the price. But as far as actions go, they're like not working hard. It might be inconvenient for some, but it's inconvenient to do and run anything that's worthwhile. It's not convenient to run a business, especially if your kid's got a soccer game, or, your kid's got a baseball, whatever's going on. Life is just not convenient. We've made it as convenient as possible these days, but it's still just so damned inconvenient, right? So yeah, if you want to start a content, if you want social media, if you want a presence and a brand out there, yeah, it's going to take some time, right? Because you got to be behind a camera. But can we optimize and minimize the amount of time spent and optimize the whole process is the whole goal here. So just that's how I tie that in. If you're with your content as well as your lifestyle, if all you do is work hard, play hard all the time, just this peaks and valleys, like I'm working hard and I'm playing super hard, like I'm working hard and I'm playing. Some people can do that for longer, but I'm one who can't. I have to have some quiet time. I have to quiet my mind. I have to slow down and literally do nothing for a little bit. And then I can go back and find a rhythm. But instead of a peak and a valley, mine's more like this. And I'm just staying in this sweet spot where work is consistently being done. But yeah, and I'm doing the things I enjoy daily. I don't have to wait once a year to go on a vacation for like, 6 or for like 5 days or whatever, and be that. And like I've heard some people say, you're not really excited for the location that you're going to vacation to. You're excited for the person that you get to be while you're on vacation. Whether it's Alaska or Cancun or wherever. Somebody said that on a social media clip and it blew my mind. It's like You are not excited for the things you're going to do on vacation. You're excited for the state of mind that you get to be in. That's crazy. Because your state of mind is with you all the time. You don't have to be in Cancun to act like you're in Cancun, you know? You don't have to, you just have to be present wherever you are. And if you're on vacation and all you can think about is emails and work and clients and contracts and everything that's related to your business, you're not really present anyway. So how is that a vacation? It's more like torture, right? Especially if you have loose ends that you need to tie up with, like a relationship. Like if you have, you know, connection with family that you haven't gotten squared away or whatever it is. And you're somewhere where you shouldn't be, or your mind is not present with you currently, where your feet are. That's a good indication that, you know, something's got to change. So your state of mind is more important. So this whole work hard, play hard, always be burnt out thing, and then like, oh, I can't wait for this one vacation. That's got to die. That's got to be done, right? It's the state of mind. Like it's all the same. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's work or vacation, or it's a video game, or it's a book, or I'm sitting at the countertop. If you're sitting at the countertop with your kid doing math, it doesn't matter. It's all the same because it's all happening right now. That's all there is. There is no future. There is no past anymore. It's only happening now. Like this moment that you're watching this is all you have. Like I've heard these exercises. I've done them before in other therapy that I've done in life. It's funny to see them actually come out now in social media and things. But an exercise you can do is just like, where are your feet right now? Think about it. Where are your feet? Are they on the ground? Are they on the couch? Are they in a pair of shoes? But like where? Are you in a living room? Are you outside? Are you in a barn? Like be where your feet are. Listen to the world around you. This is a technique that a lot of people with backgrounds like mine, military and other things, if you've struggled with PTSD or any type of trauma, being super present and in your body is super key. Doing a workout or something can get you in there, doing something physical, but also the mental practice of just breathing and feeling things around you, like what this table feels like. What's the texture like? What am I hearing ambiently? You know, am I in the woods? Try and isolate every single noise that's in the woods. Try and isolate all of that. And it's very meditative, and it's also informative. It makes you connect to like right now. And that's why I love soldiering. That's why I loved infantry tactics in the Marine Corps. I love that shit because it brought me down to that moment. You know, where am I? Because we step out on a patrol, and it could be dark, it could be light, but we step out into a woods or snow, anything. And depending on the area and depending on the context, you do this differently. But there's something called SILS: stop, look, listen, smell. And you'll actually physically, everyone stops moving, the patrol, and you're just dead quiet. Bunch of badasses just holding machine guns, just sitting in the woods, completely silent. And you're listening. This is especially true in the jungles. But you'll go into a jungle environment and you just shut the fuck up. You stop, you breathe as quietly as possible, and you listen to all the sounds. What are the bugs? You know, are there crickets? Are there bugs? Are there monkeys? Are there toucan Sam up there chapping at you? Like, you listen to all of the natural sounds of the surroundings, and you just become so present in that moment, obviously, because in this case, you're on a combat patrol or whatever, or a training or whatever it is. So you want to be as present as possible in those situations. And I didn't realize at the time how meditative that concept is. Stop, look, listen, smell. And I would add, for us, feel. Be 100% present where you are. And I think that's why I like cigars so much, is because it's a ritual around which I can do that. It gives me an excuse. Now, is that bad? No, it's actually great. If I know it, if I'm aware of it. But if I get addicted to a substance, that gives me that neurostimulus, but also allows me this like freedom of being present. And I'm unaware of that. And then I'm like, I wonder why I'm addicted. Like that's where it becomes bad, because then I can't control it. I can't moderate it, right? So if I have a cigar once a week, in fact, today I'm going to have a cigar with a good buddy, Jefferson Rogers. We're celebrating his audio book that's just got finalized, and he's just going through like a final check. He wants to make sure if there's anything he wants to reread, he's checking it out right now. But I've been basically aging a Cuban cigar for a special occasion. I've been aging 4 or 5 of them for about a year, and big payoff after that. It's going to be great. I've already smoked one of them on the Marine Corps birthday. And then now, yeah, we're going to smoke today to celebrate that and just kind of be homies, and then celebrate his audiobook. So it's exciting, but being present has been on my mind a lot, because especially in a business like this where our sales process to getting a client, it takes time because it's a big commitment. Some people are paying us $36,000 to $50,000 a year for us to build this process around their content. And so they're putting out consistent content with as little effort as possible, so it's as sustainable as possible. And some of our clients said they've been going for 2+ years. We have a couple more clients are approaching 1 year, which is crazy. We have, Solid and Derek Legg. They're both Derek's at 2 years and Solid is at 1.5 years now, or close to it. I'd have to double check that. I sound like a scatterbrained parent who doesn't know their kids' birthdays. But anyway, it's something to celebrate. So we're doing this cigar. And this whole thing of being present and being as consistent as possible, it's to go for that longevity. It's a long play, which is awesome. Content is a long game. It's a marathon. You got to run. You pace yourself at a good pace. Occasionally, you might have to sprint if you get behind, whatever. But that's what we want to avoid. So the whole purpose of this podcast is to help you get the tools to build these processes, to build a team, to build a podcast, to build a mentality around your content, around your podcast. And we think podcast is king. It's the most amount of content for the least amount of work. It's long form, short form, and medium form all packaged into one. If you have the right team around you, or you have the time to go and dissect that, that's even better. So keep that in mind. But that's what's been on my mind. I thought I'd share some thoughts there, kind of break the norm, get a little philosophicization, some philosophical thoughts coming your way there. So that's what I was thinking about lately. But anyway, so when it comes to your content, the less tedium that you have to deal with, the more sustainable it is. At least for me. I don't know if there's some people out there that can just deal with all that and they just love it. They're like, I'm already working 40 hours a week. I'll start a podcast and work another 40 hours a week. What's 80-hour work week? If they can do that, I'd like to set a timer and be like, okay, let's see how long you can go. We'll start a little betting pool. How long is so-and-so going to be able to do this amount of content by themselves? And it's shorter than you think. People get burnt out really quick. I mean, just go search podcasts and find out how many people have made it past 3 episodes. Even just on an audio podcast, it's not a video podcast. Just saying. So longevity and consistency is the game. So some tools, we'll dive into that. Tools that Blueform Media has used that change the game. They change the game in a financial meaning, or like they just enable a lot of easy stuff. So the first one I came up with, and I want to just limit it to free. We'll give you 3 or 4 free tools that you can do. Number 1 tool for a podcaster that you can use is knowledge. Read shit. Go read stuff. Go write. That's free. I mean, you could write in the dirt in your backyard or just at the park. You could go write it down somewhere. But normally people have pens and paper. So besides that cost, like just write shit down and read books. Find books and read them. Ask people if they have books they want to give you. If you're so broke that you need, just read books. That's probably the number 1 game changer for any industry is just knowledge. So I thought I'd throw that one out there. But now to get to the nitty gritty of like actual podcast tools or media creation tools, especially for podcasting, Mal, tell me if you agree with this, but I think the number one tool that's changed the game for us is the software called OBS.
I concur.
Concur.
Yes.
OBS, online broadcasting software. It is an awesome secret weapon that the gaming industry knows. If anybody that's been streaming on Twitch or making content for video games, that's how I came across it. And I know it's very popular with like YouTube streamers and Twitch streamers, showcasing their video gaming prowess right out there. So it's free, 100% free software. You can download OBS, download that, and you can set up, it's basically a broadcasting studio. You can live stream, you can record, you can have multiple camera angles, elements, Zoom calls can be patched in. It's the ultimate tool. And we've built this entire studio around a high-end gaming computer that can handle a lot of DSLR cameras. We only have one set up right now, but we have a lot of options here. We can do Zoom calls anywhere in the world. We can do anything. Connect with anyone there. I could add elements. I could have like the scoreboard ticker going across the bottom. That's not necessarily applicable for podcasts, so sometimes it might be, right? We could do anything you see on like a local news station, you can do in OBS. So it's a super tool, super awesome tool, 100% free as well. And we've advanced into some other programs and stuff as well because we're trying to grow into some things, but OBS, great start point. 100% free, probably the number one. It's what our company was built on. This is our startup studio. This is the interview room. Now we have 3 more spaces. So we have 4 studio spaces here. I should probably go record in those, a couple YCF episodes so you can see them. Or just go check out our podcasters that are in there. We can link those in the description. So I want to see, what do you think the number 1 or number 2 is?
Me?
Yeah, Mal, what's your opinion on number 2? I have mine. I want to see. What's the second best tool that you can use that we've used for free?
For free?
Mm-hmm. Softwares, is it a physical item? Is it intangible?
I mean, I think Stream Deck is like a game changer, but you have to buy that. Yeah,
that's on my list for purchase, like that comes with a cost.
As far as free, OBS is the only thing I can think of.
I was thinking Canva.
Yeah, I mean, we pay for the pro, but...
We pay for the pro because we run 9 podcasts.
I see what you're saying, though.
Yeah. But
I
for you
as well.
For someone starting up, right? Canva, probably number 2. Canva.com. It's amazing. Just tons and tons of free elements that you can use to create logos, t-shirts, videos, intros, outros. You name it, they got it. It's awesome. Great tool for branding and for marketing, and it's free. You can just spin up logos really quick. And then, of course, if it does well, I mean, get the copyright, get all the legalities behind it, and you can do all that. So Canva is probably the number 2. And then what do you think the third tool is that's free to use?
Oh, don't ask me. I've already muffed this up.
No, you haven't muffed it up, but I just have an answer.
Okay.
And the third one, I think, is Chat GPT.
Yeah. True dat.
True dat. Chat GPT. If you know what you're doing and how to ask those prompts, there's a whole art form to it. There's an acronym called BRIGHT that I'm going to go over next time for Chat GPT as well that I stole from somebody. I'll make sure the credit's due. I have it saved in my Instagram because it's genius. But there's an Instagram, what is that? Not an algorithm. I just lost my train of thought.
Like a prompt?
No, not a prompt. It's when it's abbreviation of letters? I just lost it.
Like an acronym?
An acronym. Thank you. God damn. An acronym, BRIGHT. BRIGHT. And that will change your Chat GPT game. So tune in next time for that one. we'll do a whole Chat GPT episode. But it's helped us out a lot with our YouTube views on some of our clients, and we're implementing those this month. This is something new we've started learning mastery in, is Chat GPT. I've been sleeping on it a little bit. It's been great for some things, and but yeah, Chat GPT is the third one. So OBS, online broadcasting software. OBS is number one, the most impactful tool for starting a video podcast. 100% free. Get it. There's other tools out there that you can use, but if you have a webcam, which you do on most laptops, just get OBS. Canva as well, free for logos, branding, designs, creating Instagram posts, creating thumbnails. Thumbnails is huge. Free software, hardly any training required. It's so intuitive. Just get familiar with it. You probably spend like an hour in there and you could whip up so much content. So Canva is awesome. And then if you do want to buy their like pro version, it's like what, $9 a month or something, or less, depending on what you need. And then Chat GPT, you can also pay for like a pro version of Chat GPT as well, because they limit that. But now for like paid items. So if you want to like not break the bank, or if you want some more tools that are paid, I'm going to write down Mallory's. You said Elgato Stream Deck, right?
Correct.
Elgato Stream Deck. We'll talk about that real quick. And then be thinking of another one, because I need one more. So Elgato Stream Deck is paired perfectly with OBS, like a fine wine and a good cheese. Just perfection, like PB&J, okay? Or peanut butter and banana. That's even more unique. I love peanut butter and bananas. But anyway, not Opus Clip. That's the next one. Elgato Stream Deck is a little keypad that plugs into your computer, and you can get like a 6-key, I think like a 15 key, or there's like a 30 key. It's like this big. And it's just a bunch of buttons that you can, through the software, program to do just about anything. You can get super technical with it. It could run like a macro script on your computer. It could do all sorts of stuff. I've used them for video gaming on like a flight simulator. I have 15 customizable buttons. I can create folders of new buttons, so I could have folders for every game I play. There's just an endless. I could just have a folder within a folder within a folder within a folder. You really have an endless combination of buttons that you could just cycle through. And so if there's a podcast out there. They're a little bit cheesy. They're a dating podcast, but they're called Whatever. I think it's what it is. And it's just this guy who interviews like a bunch of hoes, talks about dating, and points out how dumb women are and how dumb men are. Like it's pretty funny. It's total like a provocateur kind of thing, and they get a ton of views. But if you watch him, what I find fascinating is the setups that people use. And he's got great cameras, great microphone quality, and he's got like a panel of 8 people on there, and they still maintain mic etiquette. It's pretty good. And they have some producers in the background. But he has on his station, he's got a laptop, and then you can see a Stream Deck next to him. He has elements that he can add, right? And I think other podcasters do this, like Brad Lee. When somebody says something amazing that's like really hit him in the feels, he'll press a button, and this animation of a bomb blowing up, because his whole podcast, I think, is called Dropping Bombs. And it's like dropping knowledge bombs, right? So anyway, he has these elements in there that he can initiate with a Stream Deck. I'm assuming they're using a Stream Deck. There might be some other elements out there, other switchers. But for the price, for the ease of use, paired with a free software like OBS and Canva, I can go into Canva and I could make that element of like smoke or like lightning. If I was like, bring the thunder, and I wanted like lightning effects, I could hook that up to a Stream Deck and use 2 free softwares to create the element, put it into OBS, and sync it up with this Stream Deck. So when I press this button, OBS knows to play this element, and it's like a 5-second loop of like lightning or something, right? And that's what a lot of streamers use. So you're playing a video game and someone follows you on your Twitch account, and it's like it automatically connects to like another software that does something, right? It's like so-and-so has followed you, or so-and-so donated $5. And you can watch these videos of like streamers getting like $100,000 donations and just crazy shit. You know, someone's like, I sold a Bitcoin. Here you go. It's like 40K. But yeah, those elements are all done through OBS. And then Stream Deck, if I wanted to switch camera angles on my stream when I was talking, I could talk to this camera and be like, So I have like a control board, a switcher board right there. And that's basically what Elgato Stream Deck does. It's awesome. And it's like $150, or you can get a smaller one for like 100, or go big for like 200 or 300. I can't remember the pricings. So that's one. If you want something, a tool that will help you with content, if you're a solo, or if you're a team, or if you are a producer, look into Elgato products, period. They have awesome little things, cam links that make these DSLR cameras actually like registered as webcams. So these expensive DSLR cameras, they can actually be picked up by this computer that Mallory's on through a little product that's called a cam link. So Elgato's got great stuff. But the next one I want to talk about is Opus Clip. It's an AI tool. Opus Clip is awesome. We came to them. We joined. They have a Discord chat that we joined and talked to them. We're looking to sign up and use their service. But it's basically an AI tool that will take the best moments of your podcast and extract those and turn them into vertical videos for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, everything like that. It's awesome. We use it way differently than it's intended for, by the way. They say, hey, you should drop this podcast of, an hour in there, and then it'll extrapolate as many clips as possible using like keywords and trending things and whatever's going on in the algorithms. But then it overlays subtitles. You can customize all those things. And so it really saves us a ton of time, but we use it way differently. And so we drop a single clip in there at a time. I think a lot of people do that. But instead of dropping 60 minutes into a podcast and hoping that this AI software can like understand the brand and understand everything like that, it's very limited on what it can add. It can't add like B-roll and jump cuts and emphasis, and it has a hard time understanding humor, but it does switch back and forth. So it's a great tool if you're looking for bare minimum clips. Opus Clip, and that is a paid subscription you can buy. It's just an AI tool. They're working on it too, I think, to get like certain video games as well. Video game content and podcasting content is way different. A talking head versus like somebody running around and playing a video game. The AI has a hard time recognizing what that is. And so I think Opus Clip, if they could pioneer that, which I think I got to check their updates and their newsletter, but I think they're close. That's a huge industry to break into. So those are my first two. Mallory's one. She's got Elgato Stream Deck and then Opus Clip. What do you think another game changer? What's a piece of equipment that could change the game for people that they could buy?
To podcasting?
Yep. Yeah, podcasting or content creation.
I mean, obviously an audio interface, so we use Rode. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if that's like a game changer though. It's just like it's an essential.
A necessity.
Yeah. So Opus Clip is not an essential. You could go edit traditionally.
Yeah.
Elgato Stream, you don't need an Elgato Stream, but you could just click on the scenes in OBS, but having a physical button to press with a customizable icon is super huge.
Yeah.
Especially when training someone. But anyway, what else is something that you think would change the game for people that's a must-have?
A must-have?
I think it's not a product. It's a person. I'm going to add
an editor.
I'm going to add a live producer. Live production.
Wait, are you meaning to tell me that I'm important?
Yes, you're a game changer. Live production is awesome. I would also say this though, if you don't have a live production, there's another software that's a subscription for Adobe Premiere. It's called Autopod. Get that one. Everyone beats that one up though. But there's something about having a live producer that can chime in and talk, and also keep timestamps, right? You're taking notes, keeping timestamps of everything that's spoken about while you're switching camera angles. So there's some pros and cons to that, but I think it's a game changer for most content. But anyway, that's all the products and the stuff I got for those. Just to recap, if you're looking for free stuff, to get off the ground. OBS, online broadcasting software, is awesome. It's for free. And Canva and ChatGPT, those three. Other paid stuff, we'll have links there in the description probably. But how are we doing on time, Mal?
We're at like 40.
Perfect-ish. Well, we'll cut it there because I do have some phone calls to get to. So, yeah, I'm behind on like 1,000 text messages. So let's get after it. And y'all have a great day. And enjoy your Hanukkahs and your Christmases and your Saturnalia, the day of Saturnalia, if you know what I'm talking about. It's on a very special day that Christians celebrate too. That's a whole nother podcast we could get into. So whatever you celebrate, do it well. And everybody chill out. Just chill the fuck out. I'm out.